see here, this is the representation for first angle and the third angle projection. You have learned about the symbols for first angle or third angle projections. This is the third angle projection. This is the left hand side. You can see the screen. If you can see the screen, left hand side figure is the representation for the first angle projection. You are viewing from the left hand side, draw it on the other side. And this figure is the right hand side figure is the representation for the first angle projection. You are viewing the truncated cone, the light truncated cone, axis horizontal. You are viewing the truncated cone from the left hand side and draw it on the same side. So this is the third angle projection concept, right? Now, in orthographic projection, if you want to draw the different views of an 3D object, right? You have to consider one of the angular projection in which you are going to draw the projection of the 3D model, 3D element. First of all, you have to select the angular projection, in which angular projection you are going to draw the orthographic projection of a solid. Now let's see this figure. This is a block. You can understand the shape of this block is a solid block. And this block has got 6 sides. Right? Now, in engineering drawing, you have to represent this 3D in 2D, which is called the orthographic projection. Right? First of all, you have to select out of 6 sides, you have to select one viewing direction. Or you can put it in another way, that you have to place the 3D object in a particular orientation, at least in your mind. You have to assume this. So I assume that I want to place the object in this fashion as it is. And my viewing direction is from the direction A. This is the viewing direction. So that plane is exactly in front of me. So that is my front view. And this is the top view. And this is the side view, right hand side view, and this is the left hand side view. If I place the object in this manner. Right? Next step is to convert these views or the plane images into the drawing. So what we can do, first of all, you have to draw the front view. I said you have to choose either first angle or third angle. If I choose the first angle, right? So this is the drawing for the first angle. So I have drawn this figure. This one, that figure A, this is the front view. If I place the object, if I place the object in this fashion, this is the front view. I can see this plane, I can see this inclined plane. Top plane is not visible to me. So the front view will be like this. Right? Now, in the first angle projection, you know that. In the first angle projection, you know that the top view always come in the top of the front view. Top view always come in the front of the top view. You do not consider all the views, all the planes, right? You have to consider only 3 planes. So this is my front plane, and the top view always comes in above the front view. So if it is the front view and this is the top view, so from the top, what we can see? We can see this. This is basically rectangular section, right? We can see this line. We can see this line, right? So in top, I am sorry, I did a mistake. In first angle projection, you place the object in the first quadrant, and the plan view, the top view, comes below the front view. So if it is the front view, the top view will be here. Now see, you match this figure. This is the view. If you view from the top.
Sir.
Hello?
So someone is trying to join.
So this is the view from the top, which is to be drawn at the bottom. I said in the first angle projection, below the front view, you have to place the top view. So this is the top view, and this is the front view, right? Suppose you want to draw the bottom view. Draw the bottom view. Then you have to see the bottom plane from the bottom and draw it above the front view. So if you have seen from the bottom of the solids, what view you will get? You don't see these lines. You will see these lines are the hidden lines. So that projection will come above the top view. Front view. So this is the bottom view, and this is the top view. Now in orthographic projection, we generally don't draw this figure. Bottom view we don't draw. We draw the front view, and this is the top view in the first angle projection, and either of the side views. So if you see from right hand side, you can see this line, these lines. So what you see from the right hand side, D, that is to be drawn over here. Okay. So this is the right hand side view. If you want to draw the left hand side view, you have to draw on the right. So this is the left hand side view. So in first angle projection, you have this front view, you have this top view, you have this right hand side view or left hand side view. Remember this. If you understand this, we apply the same thing in drawing the solids in AutoCAD, right? Now see, I've opened the screen in AutoCAD, right? I have already made a template, right? So I will call the template.
Will you check if somebody is trying to enter?
If someone trying to, what's the time now? It's 2:44. The class starting time is 2:30. So sir, from next year onwards, if you cannot join within time, ask them not to join in the class. Now open that file. Now open that file, template file. This is the A4 BME2 B1 template. I think this one. No, not this one. Sorry, this one. A4 UG2 A3. I think this is the file. No, this one also not. I think I didn't save that file. Okay, what was the file name?
So it was something template.
No. A2 BME2 2021 is 2022. Oh, I have saved the file. Right, this one. A4 ME second year A2 B2 instead of B2 to be B1 and electrical second year A2. Right. Okay. I think this is the file I have drawn. Okay. Now see, once I open the file, the DWT file, template file, that my settings, they were restored, right? It was a setting of that template. Now, if I go to the model, let's check. Everything is there. Nothing has been changed. All the layers, everything. Now, I want to draw a figure in the model, right? And then transfer it to the layout, paper space. So in model, suppose I want to draw that figure, this one, this figure, my viewing direction from this end, right? So I want to draw in the first angle projection. Let's check what is the symbol here. I think this is the symbol for the third angle projection. I'm viewing from, first angle projection. I'm viewing from this direction, draw it on the other side. Okay, so that is the first angle. So I will draw the same thing, these solids in the first angle, right? If I see from here, what I will see. Let's see the steps, how I'm doing this model. First of all, you take a simple line. You can change the property of line or later. Ortho, right. Okay. And to draw the figure, so my front view, let's check the front view, it will look like that, it will look like this. Okay, so draw line, so this is the drawing line, I think, title box, dimension, draw line. Okay, draw line. What is the figure? I'm drawing the figure arbitrarily. I think this is the figure, right? Then I want to draw the top view. Then I want to draw the top view. Actually, the thing is that in your case, while you will draw the figures, and these figures, the top view and the front view, they are drawn simultaneously. So I'm doing it here for the sake of easiness. So now I want to draw this. Let's check. I'll talk. I can take any line other than and take this one. These are basically construction lines. I will delete all the lines later. This one. Now I am deleting all the lines, extra lines. Right click. So I'm deleting this one, right? Repeat trim. I think this is the figure, right? Now if you have the two orthographic projection of a solid, say this is the top view and this, this is the front view and this is the top view, you can generate the side view. You can generate the side view. So see the technique. In exam, you may ask that you are given with the front view and the top view, you have to draw the third view. So there is a technique to draw the third view, right? Because in the problem, they won't give you the isometric view of the solid, right? They will provide you only the two views. You have to develop the third one, right? So we need to know how to develop the third view. Now for the third view, what you have to do, you know that in case of the third view is drawn adjacent to the front view. This is your front view, right? So either on this side, right hand side, or on the left hand side, you have to draw the third view. Now if you draw in first angle projection, if you want to draw the orthographic projection of the side view on the right hand side of the front view, that view corresponds to the view what you see from the left hand side. That is to be drawn on the right hand side, right? So I am doing the same thing. I draw a line. This line is basically the hinge line between the planes. You may omit this line later, right? Now what you have to do, you have to draw all the projecting lines, right? So let's do the projection in different plane. No, in same plane I can do. Okay, you draw the projection lines over here. Repeat lines from repeat lines. Now this is your front plane, this is the horizontal plane, is the side plane, right? Okay, that means from the first year descriptive geometry concept, you understand that this point and this point has to be same, because this hinge line and this hinge line, while it is placed in a two-dimensional plane, these two lines are separated. Actually, this line and this line, from this point to this line and from this point to this line are basically same, right? If you see a room, a cube, you consider one plane as your front plane, right? The plane on which you are sitting, that is the horizontal plane, and the plane on the right is the side plane. Now see that the side plane is attached to the vertical plane by a hinge line, so that line is this one. The side plane is attached to the horizontal plane, right, on your right hand side. That is the hinge line. So this is the hinge line. So this coordinate and this coordinate has to be same. So you have to rotate. You have to get the coordinate of this point over here. So for that, you can draw a circle, number of circles. Okay, that means you get the coordinate over here, right? Now you can delete this extra lines, extra circles. Delete this one. Again trim. Okay. Trim. So you get the coordinate of these points. Now you have to take a vertical line in this way. These are all projections line. Right. Now you have to draw projection from these points. Okay. I'll go for trim. Right. Now this is the slant surface. This is the slant surface. If you see from the left hand side, you will see a bevel surface, inclined surface. So that surface is this one. Now off. Okay. Now if you see from this end, you won't see anything in any lines. So I think these lines will be deleted. Trim. It will look like this. See the figure. It will look like this, except this is the line, hidden line. Now you see from left hand side and draw it on the other side. You won't see this step. So that line will be hidden here. Now see here in lines, there is no hidden line. So you can have another layer for the hidden lines. Hidden line. Hidden. Right? Okay. Continuous line, and the draw line was 30. So it is better to give the thickness 30. Apply. Okay. Now I want to draw a line over here. So I want to draw it in different layers. The layer name, the new layer created here, the hidden line. Oh, sorry. I did mistake. So this is the hidden line. This is not the continuous line. I have to load lines from here. Load. So the hidden lines are basically the dashed line. Center, hidden, dashed line, dashed line, dash. Okay, this is the dashed line. Load. Okay. 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 Dash 2. Okay. Right. So this is the hidden line. And draw the hidden line over here in different layers because I've chosen the layer. Now you can change the scale. Make it 4. Okay. Now you can see this. Now go for trimming. Trim. Okay. You can change the 4. Okay, so this is the first angle projection orthographic view. Now you can delete these extra lines. Okay, now you have the orthographic projection, the front view, top view, and the right hand side view. Right hand side view. Okay, I'll see this one. Now you have to give the dimension. Where is the dimension? There. This one dimension there. So I can give the dimension. Do not provide over dimension. Sure. I think this line will be deleted. This step height. Do not give dimension from hidden lines. The intersection of the dimension lines is not allowed. So this is the wrong dimensioning. I'm deleting this one. This is the side view. If you see from this, you can see, so this dimension is already given. So this dimension is not needed. You can give this dimension. Okay. So I think each and every dimension has been given. If I missed anyone, you can give that one. So save this one. Now you have done this drawing in the model, right? Now you want to shift. You can move this drawing in the layout, right? So what you have to do? You have to take one. Another layer, right? So why, you will understand later. This, just give a viewport, view RT, right? All right. Now, if you want to see this drawing in layout space, you have to take a viewport. So this is the view. 1 viewport, 2 viewport, 3 viewport. And this is also the viewport toolbar. You can select it from here also. So I choose one viewport. But before that, I want to delete this. Okay. Now I have to select one viewport, single viewport. This is a single viewport. Select from here or take it here. Right. Now this is the viewport is basically acting as a window. What you will do in the model spread, that will be exported in this viewport. Okay, now you can see the drawing over here. Okay, and you also can give a different scale to this. This is the largest scale, right? You can change its scale like this. Or you can select a suitable scale. Okay. Now, see, once you have taken the viewport, so this viewport line is visible, right? This rectangle. So if you want to delete this line for the viewport, so what you have to do, you have to make this viewport inactive. So the turn in layer on off. So in the viewport, because I have taken a viewport rectangle, and the viewport rectangle window, you can see the drawing what you have done in the model space. So to make this border line off, you can click this layer off. Viewport, this off. If you make it off, enter, you won't see the window is there, but you won't see this the rectangle. The rectangle won't come in. That won't come in the drawing printout. Okay. Now this is the DWT file. Now you have to save it in drawing file, right? So this is the example. Make it drawing DWG. 2000 DWF DWG 2007 drawing file, right? You can save anywhere in the desktop. Exam. Save. Now see the file name is changed. Now you go for printing. Setup. Already page manager setup has been set earlier. You can go for the plot preview. So this is the preview. You can check, right? Or you can go for the printing plot. If you have the PDF, let's check. The size is not coming. It's a bigger size. It won't come. So this A4, because the setting is the problem. If you have any printer or XPS, you can publish it there. XPS document, layout, window. What I want to do this one. This is the XPS print. Okay, now see the preview. You can see the preview. Right? Okay. So it has been printed. Now where is E? This was the template. See, this is that file. So this is the XPS file. You can change it. You can convert the XPS file into the PDF1 by online transformation. Online, take the PDF tool, online PDF help of the online PDF tool, and convert the XPS into PDF. Right, and you have to submit the assignment only in the PDF. Okay. Now, once you see the dimensions or everything are very, very small, because the scale is chosen is very it's a minimum scale, smaller scale, 1:2. You can make it 1:1, so that this figure looks a larger one, right? And accordingly, you can adjust your viewport. Okay, so these things can be done. Okay, so today we have learned what we have learned. Today we have learned how to save a file, DWG file in different name with .dwg extension. We have learned orthographic projection and the symbol of angular projection, and how to place the drawing, in the first angle or the third angle, right? And we have learned what is the function of the viewport, and how the drawing in the model space can be exported to the layout mode or the paper mode, right? Print mode. So this thing we have learned. Now I'll give you some problems. In the second assignment, there will be 4 to 5 problems of orthographic projection. The 3D solid view, the solids, right? 3D view will be provided, and you have to draw the orthographic projections with 3 views. Okay, either in first angle or third angle projection. And the one thing I forgot to mention, that if you have drawn a figure in 1:2 scale, you have to write the scale value over here 1:2, right? Do not give your 1:1, because I have drawn it with 1:2 scale. Okay, don't forget that. And this is the first angle projection, orthographic projection. So the symbol is here given the first angle projection. You have to give title. So you can write here orthographic projection. You can give the assignment number. This is your assignment number 2, right? But if you have, say, 5 problems, right, and 1 problem on each sheet, then for this particular sheet, right, you have to write the assignment number 2 by 1, 2, 3, 4. But the second number is basically the sheet number, problem number, right? And these problems belong to the sheet number 2. And you have to write the date over here. Okay. So you understand this? Now I give you the problem. This is the problem. These are some examples. You can go through that. These are the problems. Okay. This is the solid view is given. You have to draw the orthographic projection with dimensions, right? That means you have to read this 3D view with dimensions and convert this 3D drawing into the 2D drawing with dimension. So this exercise is needed for you, right? So this is example 1. Solution is also given. This is the example 2. This is example 3. This is example 4. This is 5. So all 5 problems, right, will come under assignment number 2. Okay. So for today, I end my class here. If you have any query, you can ask me.
Sir, what is the use of limits? Why we use need to fix the limits, sir?
আমি না শুনতে পাচ্ছি না, মানে কি বলতো, খুব আস্তে শোনাচ্ছে. Can you raise your query in hello?
Sir, একটা question.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah. You have to shout because I think it's a problem with my computer or your system. The volume is very low. I could not hear you. Okay. Bolo, Prostota Bolo. Repeat once again your question.
Sir, in the first class, you taught us how to set the limits for the model and the layout tab.
Yes, I have already discussed that one in the first class.
Yes, sir. But when we are setting the limits for the layout, for layout 1, actually our error is showing. A message is being displayed in the command tab. The limits
No,
cannot be set.
if it is 2004 or 2007 version, there is no question of error. So for limits, you have to write the limits, right? You have to write down limits, or you have to go to the format. Not here. I think this is the draw. It is better to write over here limits. Just write limits with small letters. Probably you were
Sir,
using
can
the
you
capital
show us
letters.
for the layout tab how to set it?
No?
Yes, sir. Can you show me once how to do it for the layout tab?
Limits. How to take limits?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Choose a file. Clear, right? Delete this one. Write limits. Limits. Put 0, 0. Enter. Because we are going to choose the A4 sheet 297, 210. Okay. Cannot set up the paper space limit when the paper margin is the background are displayed. Okay. Fine. Dimension, style, scale, list, units, change units, millimeter. Okay. Go to limit. Okay. Before limits, you do one thing. Go to the page setup manager, modify. Sorry. File, page setup manager, modify. Give anything. XPS document. Choose A4. Okay. It's monochrome. Give this is as 1. Landscape plot. Okay. Right. Close. Right. Then you write limits. Okay. Formats, units. I've changed the units. Now you write limit. LIMITS. Limit 0, 0. Enter. 297, 210. Right. So it's A4 sheet. If you move this, you can see the coordinate. This is 297. Very close to 297. If you move up, it is 194. It is 210. It is very close to 210, 203, 204. Right. So in this way you can do. There is another method. There is another method to choose the exact size of the paper. That I will let you know afterwards. Right. So in this way you can choose a limit, change the units, go to page setup manager, choose a page A4. For this case, A4 page. Then write limits. Give the initial coordinate. Give the final coordinate. If you give the final coordinate, it may go out of the page. Okay, no problem. But you can check by cursor by observing the coordinates over here at the left-hand side bottom, right? You can confirm that whether this corresponds to A4 size paper or not, right? So in this way, you can do this. Now zoom all. So this is your A4 size space. Then you can draw a rectangle over here for the margin. So now you understood? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. Anyone have any query?
Sir.
Hello?
Hello, sir. Sir, can
Bolo.
you sir can you write limits once again and check what are the limits now?
Now the limit is not exact the limit, because I said for exact limit of A4 page, you need to do a different technique that I will let you know. But once you have set your page A4, right? So by default, it will take 294, 210. But here you have some hidden lines. So you cannot get any coordinate beyond this one or any line printed beyond the hidden line. Now, if you check this one, see, move the cursor, you will see what is the coordinate. This is 15, x. If you move towards right, it is 300, 284, x. So for the A4 page, the length is, landscape-wise, 297. So here the inside space is approximately 282 millimeter. And the y is within 210. So that's okay for me. What's the problem?
Okay, sir.
Right? Exactly.
Sir.
What's your specific problem? Which kind of problem you're facing? If you tell me, I can give you the answer.
স্যার আমার প্রবলেমটা হচ্ছিল আমি ডাইমেনশনটা বারবার চেঞ্জ করছিলাম কিন্তু মানে সাইজটা কোনোভাবেই বাড়ছে না।
Yes, আরেকবার বলো।
স্যার আমি ডাইমেনশনের মানে সাইজটা বারবার চেঞ্জ করছিলাম কিন্তু ডাইমেনশন সাইজটা কোনোভাবেই বাড়ছে না, ওই যেটা ইনিশিয়ালি ছিল ওইটাতেই ফিক্স হয়ে বসে আছে।
No. So I said you that before you go to the page setup manager, before taking the limit, go to the page setup manager, check here whether your paper size is A4 or not. Right? Do this.
আচ্ছা এটা করা আমি এগুলো সব করা আছে।
Once again you check this one. Once again you check this one. Right?
ওকে স্যার।
Another thing that you don't have to think about anything. Right? You have drawn some figures. You have to take exactly A4 page. You wish to take exact A4 size 297, 210. For that, you can create one page, paper layout, with that dimension, just creating a rectangle. That method I will let you know. Ekhon noy. Just understand this thing. Okay? So in assignment 2, you have to do the 5 problems. You have to submit all the 5 problems accordingly. Now the problem, what's your name? তুমি যে প্রশ্নটা করলে কি নাম? You try this today itself and let me know whether the problem is solved or not. Okay? Hello?
স্যার আমি বলছিলাম স্যার ডাইমেনশনের যে সাইজটা ওইটার ব্যাপারে, মানে পেপারের সাইজটা না, ডাইমেনশনিং এর যে সাইজটা ওইটা বাড়ছে না আমার।
আচ্ছা right. That means the dimension and the extension line, right?
Yes sir.
You know what is the extension line, dimension line? Dimensioning.
Yes,
You're talking about dimensioning, right?
Yes sir, yes.
Dimensioning, right? Okay.
Yes sir.
You know that from here you have to go to the modify, right? And you
Yes,
have
sir.
to change. You will see my video step by step. In my case, if I change the value to, say, by default it was 1, I change the value from 1 to 2, and I get a very decent amount of size increment. Okay, in my case, right? In your case, if you change from 1 to 2, it may not work. You may have to increase the value from 1 to 5. You have to do it by trial and error. Okay? বোঝা গেল?
হ্যাঁ স্যার, আমি 5 কি স্যার 10 অব্দি বাড়িয়েছিলাম, কিন্তু তাও বাড়ছে না কিছুই।
I think you have chosen the wrong one. Exactly in dimensioning, what do you want to increase the height of the text?
Yes sir,
You
arrow
want to
গুলো চেঞ্জ
increase
হচ্ছে,
the size of the arrowhead?
অ্যারোহেড গুলো চেঞ্জ হচ্ছে, কিন্তু টেক্সট হাইটটা কোনোভাবেই চেঞ্জ হচ্ছে না।
This is the text height. You can change it, right?
ইয়েস স্যার, চেঞ্জ হচ্ছে, মানে এখানে লিখছি কিন্তু 10 লিখছি, ওটা এন্টারও নিচ্ছে, কিন্তু টেক্সট হাইটটা অরিজিনাল ডাইমেনশনে কোনো মানে চেঞ্জ দিচ্ছে না আমাকে।
Check here in text style. It is related. This is 0, 0 by default. Let's take one dimension. Let's see what happens. Can you see anything? Nothing. I hope this thing you can do. See here, it is changing. If you want to change the arrowhead size, horizontal centered arrowhead aligned. Choose align. Offset for the dimensioning you can increase. Symbols, line, fit, arrow size, you can change arrow size 3. See what happens. See, this is increasing. So it will change, but you have to try. You have to.
আমার স্যার টেক্সট হাইটটা 2 করা আছে, তাহলে ওটাকে 0 করে দেবো?
No. It's not the value 2. It is not important whether it is 2 or whether it is 2.5. In my case, it may work with 2. Your case, it may not work with 2. Right? You
না স্যার,
see
টেক্সট হাইট
your
যেটা দেখালেন
settings.
সেটা,
You see your
টেক্সট হাইট যেটা
settings.
দেখালেন সেটা।
Hello?
হ্যাঁ স্যার, টেক্সট হাইট যেটা দেখালেন ওটা কি তাহলে 0 করে দেবো? আমারটা 2 করা আছে ওটা।
No, you can see. The size of the text will depend upon the size of the paper. Suppose you have taken A4 sheet. Now, in my case, I have taken A1 sheet. The sheet is very, very large. Now, the text size, right? What you have taken for the A4, if I take the same text size for the A1 sheet, that will be very, very small. So in that case, I have to increase that one. Maybe it is a problem with your page setup. You do it, do it correctly, then it will work obviously.
ওকে স্যার, ওকে, আমি দেখছি আজকে কি করে।
আমাকে জানাবে হলো কিনা।
ওকে স্যার।
Anyone have any query? Other? Okay. I stop here. So the deadline for submission is 5 days. You try to submit by 5 to 6 days. ठीक है. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.